A new CBS News poll shows Americans are sharply divided about President Trump's executive order on immigration. 36% say the travel ban will make the country safer from terrorism. The same number say it will make us less safe.
On Mr. Trump's Supreme Court pick, 27% say the Senate should confirm Neil Gorsuch. 14% say no. 56% say they can't say. For this poll, we began calling Wednesday. We got the results overnight. People want to know how we conduct these surveys, so we asked CBS News Elections Director Anthony Salvanto to take us behind the scenes.
Hello, my name is Sandy Miller.
Buenas, mi nombre es Marisa Minieres.
I'm calling on behalf of CBS News.
With the poll on current events.
Today's CBS News poll started right here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and in phone rooms just like this one all across the country, where over 100 interviewers dial phone numbers randomly to people all over America.
Do you think of yourself as liberal, moderate, or conservative?
The phone numbers, randomly generated by a computer, include both landlines and, these days, mostly cell phones. Aran Ben Parath oversees this phone center that makes the calls for CBS News. Aran, how many numbers do we typically have to dial to do a CBS poll?
Well, to get 1,000 interviews, such as we're going to get on this poll, we probably need to dial 20,000 numbers.
Everyone who takes the poll is included in the results. Carol DeVault from Derby, Kansas, is a Trump supporter who took today's.
When I voted for Donald Trump, it was a matter of hope that things would change. And as far as what he's doing now, so far, I'm in favor of the things he's been doing.
We call people from all 50 states. The key to a good poll is that it looks like a cross-section of America. We call enough people so that the poll does that, which statistically happens by the time we get to 1,000 people. We make sure that the poll matches the U.S. Census on demographics, like age, talking to both young and the old and everyone in between. On gender, talking to women and men, and the correct proportions by race. Also that the poll reflects the statistical makeup of the United States. We talk to Democrats, Republicans, and independents. And remember, all polls have a margin of error. For any number you see, there's a range around it. If you don't talk to enough people, that range around any given number starts to get wider.
We don't want to add anything to questions, even by way of explanation. We never want to skip questions and assume answers.
The questions these interviewers are asking are focused on the news of the day. So today, it's the Supreme Court pick and the travel ban.
Do you approve or disapprove of temporarily banning refugees from entering the United States?
The goal is for us to word the questions to be unbiased so that people of all different views feel like they have a choice.
I took the poll last night because I believe that if we're given an opportunity to express ourselves as Americans, that we should do that.
Thank you for your participation, sir, and you have a wonderful evening, sir.
Polls are not predictions. They're what people think today. So when you see poll numbers move, remember, there are people on the other end of those numbers, and sometimes people just decide to change their mind. And if you ever wonder, why didn't they call me? Well, odds are we talked to someone just like you, or at least someone who agrees with you.
So, Anthony, did the polls miss something in 2016?
Actually, no. There were plenty of Trump voters in the polls in 2016, but many of the Trump voters came late. So there were undecided voters. There was a big shift over to him late in the campaign. His campaign was able to turn out more of his voters, all of which comes back to this idea that people can change their minds, and that's one of the first things.
But came late means what?
Well, the undecided voters who switched over to Trump late in those final 10 days really made the difference. And we saw a swing of the undecided there that was bigger than anything we'd seen before.
So therefore, we should have seen it coming.
Well, no, actually, that was part of the big surprise. It wasn't that people were left out of the polls. It was that he was trailing, and then his campaign did a remarkable job of coming back.
And they were marked as undecideds in that period.
Anthony, you were telling us it's harder. You're starting to actually move polling more online because, it's harder to reach people by phone now?
Oh, absolutely. It's getting harder, and one of the things that online can do is give people a chance to take it whenever it's convenient for them. You can do it when you're at home, you can do it on your phone, etc.
And it's as reliable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So therefore more accurate?
It can be, yeah. It can
Anthony Salvanto, thanks so much for being with us.